with the names being exchanged, with this first space skirmish and clash between Inaho and Slaine that we get in the second half of this episode, which I'll get into later, I actually really enjoyed it, but with the names being acknowledged, it's no longer Orenji versus Bad. It's Inaho Kaizuka versus Slaine Troy. The rivalry has transcended to that Destined clash level. Like, straight up. It's always been on that, the Lelouch and Suzaku vibes, but with the way things have going, with the Dukan crew going into space and everything like that, with the space battles kicking off and how their rivalry and their interaction has progressed throughout, it's on that of course, that Lelouch and Suzaku level. It's on that Destined clash level. It's on that Armudo Ray versus, Char Aznabel level. It's on that Hiro Yui versus Milliardo Peacecraft. I could go on and on, but I'm going to stop here because I'm liking the vibe right now, especially with the OP and the ED, and I can see, I can just see throughout this season, the Inaho versus Slaine hate, the camps just increasing their forces and going in harder and harder. It's just going to continue to be blatant and crazy. So for those of you who are not, haven't been following my Aldnoah reviews since the beginning, I'm going to state it right now. Since the beginning, you can go back and look at the season 1 reviews. I've always been in the Inaho camp. It's always been Inaho x Asseylum. Fucks with the boy. I don't give a fuck what you want to say. I will argue it down. I don't really have all day, but I fucks with the homie. But I was never against Slaine. I always loved Slaine. That's the thing. Until I fucked with the dude hard. I love Slaine. He's the truth. Dude withstood so much torture. Dude evolved and developed. He's still growing, and he's redeeming himself straight up right now. Because until episode 11 and 12 of first season, I was a heavy Slaine proponent. I was still Inaho x Asseylum, but I loved them both. And, just Inaho a little bit better, but I loved the boy Slaine. But, I jumped on that fuck you, Slaine tip because it just hurt me. I was just like, this is retarded. What are you doing? And with the resolution that we've gotten, since the start of season 2 and how things have progressed since then, and everything like that. It took me months to recover, but I'm out of the pits of the fuck you, Slaine mentality. I'm starting to fuck with the homie again, with the scene between him and Lemurina, finding out a bit more about Lemurina as well, and just seeing him go in time and time again in the Tharsis and his mentality and his new drive and ambition, the characterization and his conversation between him and Sosbaum after Sosbaum effectively lies to Ravers once again and continues this grand charade that Asseylum is alive and well and operating when really it's Lemurina. I'm just like, yo, Slaine, boy, I fuck with you. You deserve this rivalry status right now. And the ED is playing it up. I love the artwork and just the juxtaposition that they're continuing to build up between Inaho and Slaine. It's just been like, this is the beginning, and it's dope. I love this aspect of this series. Now, the space battle could have been a bit better. Honestly, it could have been a bit better just in terms of the animation alone, because certain choices, like slowing things down to expose Tharsis' ability, which is good and everything like that, but at the same time, it strikes me, it's an opening skirmish, but I feel like the quality could be even higher for like the fluidity during the space battles and stuff like that. I know they have the capability. Maybe they're just, taking it slow for the first couple of episodes. It's not bad by any means. By any stretch, I'm not saying that. It's actually really fucking good. I just know it can be even better. So I'm just kind of pointing that out, looking at it like that. But it's still dope, seeing the space engagement, knowing that there's going to be many more to come throughout the season. I fucks with it. And I see the Slaine haters I see the Inaho haters coming out right now. I see them coming out. They're crawling out the woodwork left and right because Inaho just garners so much hate. They want to say he has no emotion. They want to say that, the plot armor and that he's just going in and nobody else does anything but Inaho. And that's fine. You guys are all entitled to your opinion. I don't really feel like arguing it or anything like that. But he's a god. What do you want? It's my boy Inaho, man. This is my boy Inaho, and he's getting some comedic ass. I'm not even gonna bring in the OP animation and showing the pain in his face, when Asseylum disappears and everything like that, because people are gonna use that to troll the homie. That's not even necessary. Dude is developing. The banter fucking between him and Inko would have never taken place in season 1 like that. It would have never gone that far. It was fucking hilarious seeing him point out the stress levels in her voice and just calling her out left and right. Like, Riot actually gets a little bit of applause. I've moved out of the pits of the Riot hate as well, but Riot even gets a little bit of applause for me for being like, yo, you're a fucking idiot, Inaho. Like, seriously. Just like his fucking face when he's just like, oh, you don't seem to be lying. I'm just like, Inaho, my boy. Like, it's just so fucking funny, man. I love him. He's a stoic character. He's a logical and analytical character. That's why he's not displaying his emotions left and right. Does that mean he doesn't have them? Fuck no, of course he does. Through all of his actions up to this point, you can see that. It's clear. And the man is continuing to grow and develop. And with this rivalry, my two boys, Slaine and Inaho, finally getting on that equal playing field in my mind's eye. I mean, Inaho is still kind of beastly, but you know, I think he needs a bit more upgrades to his kataphrakt to make it more legit, because Slaine, with Tharsis' ability to, you know, predict the trajectories and see things ahead of time, kind of mirroring that one of those Kokias abilities. I'm not going to say anything more about that, but you know, it's just dope. They're on an equal playing field in terms of the battle for me. So I think Tharsis is just a better suit though. Like, yeah, he uses the orange kataphrakt for effect and everything like that. It has the space gear now. He can kind of go in because, you know, he's a Naho, he's a god. He's using his eye to, you know, calculate trajectory and adjust for, you know, the gravitational pull of the meteor satellites surrounding everything like that. I'm like, oh, he's a beast. This guy's a Naho. You see the tactics time and time again. What do you want? It's not out of place because that's what he's been doing since the jump. But that's not enough to carry him through for me. If it does, it's just kind of BSing, because Slaine is on a beast level right now, going in using Tharsis' ability. I'm sorry, he is. So I know that the Inaho and Slaine camps are going to persist into eternity, and I know that the hate is going to be strong throughout, but I'm just saying I fucks with them both at this point. I've left who do I pick if I have to choose one? Inaho. I'll make that clear. But Slaine, I no longer hate him. He's pulled himself out of that hatred that I have for him for what he did at the end of season 1. Because before that, like I said, I fucked with the homie Slaine. And just good episode overall, honestly. Like, the OP, you know, I love the song. I love Anzi. It's really fucking good. You got NZK version, MPI, you know, assisting Sawano with the production. It sounds so fucking good. But oh yeah, ED though. Dude, that Genesis track. So fucking good. She's been going hard like last months of anime, last, you know, 4 seasons or so. Been going real hard with openings and shit of that nature. And I just really love the animations as well. I was thinking that Marito could get some shine there. I was thinking that when nobody could land their shots, maybe Marito swoops in and reveals himself. I mean, I'm sure they're saving Marito for just a little bit longer, but that would have been dope instead of just, yeah, Inaho once again beasting everybody. I can see how people get annoyed with it. I don't give a fuck, because it's Inaho. He's my boy, but I'm just saying. So let me know your thoughts on this episode. What do you think of Lemurina as well? Getting into who her mother could potentially be, whether it's, you know, somebody of ill repute within the Verse Kingdom. We know all the whole inner workings of the Verse Kingdom, and it seems like Sazbomb is shaping up to be one of the final villains of the series, if not the very final villain. I don't think there's going to be, even though, you know, when Sazbomb was outlining the hierarchical structure of Verse in Season 1, we did hear of some other, you know, levels of power structures and, you know, individuals with influence that could potentially even interact in the coming episodes. But it seems like Sazbomb is shaping up to be the one in ultimate control, with Rayverse, you know, being manipulated by his lies and everything like that. So there's all of that going on. But Lemurina, mother, whoever her mother is, could be significant, it could not be, but we get a little bit more insight into her character. Do I really fuck with Lemurina? No, she's never going to be an Asseylum for me. She's just give me, I'm glad that, you know, how can catch that. For when she's like talking to Slaine, she's like, I'm just her replacement. I'm just like, basically for me, yes, you kind of are, but I feel for her. I feel for the character in understanding where she's coming from in her mentality, and I like the scene between Slaine and her. And Slaine's assistant, I don't remember his name right now, but it's like manservant or whatever. Dude seems to have some sort of, like, when he's overlooking, just like being in the right place at the right time, the way he's so courteous and interacts with Slaine, I don't trust him. I feel like there's something lurking beyond that, where he's gonna come to, you know, some sort of, he's gonna be crucial in the development of the series later on. So yeah, those are my thoughts on episode 2 of Aldnoah.Zero. Getting the Sawano beastly music back with all this action, these space battles that are about to go in, like they can step up the animation just a little bit and it'll be fucking awesome. But the rivalry has transcended. Like I said, Inaho versus Slaine, my boys. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out. Peace.